Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to teasers for Tuesday, January 2, on Days of Our Lives, Clyde Weston will make a novel demand that surprises Stefan Demira and Ava Vitali. It will entail some dubious drug dealing, which raises the dangers Stefan and Ava are already taking. When Tate Black is unable to manage all of EJ Demira's inquiries and charges, Brady Black will step in. Day's teasers indicate that Brady will assert that the drugs are his because EJ doesn't think Holly Jonas obtained them on her own. Brady will maintain that he is in charge of the pills and that Tate should be brought down to the police station to be questioned in order to shield him from prosecution. Rafe Hernandez will, however, be able to tell that Brady is attempting to keep Tate from getting into any more problems. The news of Holly's overdose that Tate and Theresa Donovan have received will interrupt John Black and Marlena Evans' New Year's Eve celebration at their townhouse. Day's teasers indicate that Brady's new legal situation will also be covered for Marlena and John, but Tate won't be amused by the thought of his father lying to the police. Theresa, who believes her son should keep his mouth shut and let Brady take the fall, will quarrel with Tate. Tate will, however, finally make up his mind to march on the Salem Police Department and relieve Brady of his burden. Tate will contend that if anyone should be arrested, it should be him. Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, will question Ava about all the rumors surrounding the bistro in Tuesday's DOL episode. Trip is going to ask Ava about her involvement in all of the drug turmoil, which will place her under intense scrutiny. When he gets back with Stefan, he and EJ will square off fiercely. According to Day's spoilers, EJ will question about the tainted batch of pills and might believe Holly overdosed on Clyde's stuff. By midweek, EJ and Stefan will be having a heated argument, which will give Everett Lynch plenty to listen in on when he decides to bug someone. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Holly will be unconscious for the time being, which will cause hardship for Nicole Demira and Holly's other family members. According to previews for Days of Our Lives, Nicole Demira will be concerned about losing her only child in light of Holly Jonas' overdose revelation. Nicole has been making an effort to accept becoming Holly's mother and find solace in Holly's presence ever since she realized her baby son was lost forever. Naturally, Holly's drug-related ordeal will give the impression that her life may end soon. In the end, Nicole will offer prayers by Holly's hospital bedside and maybe reflect on a period in Holly's father's life when a circumstance such to this one occurred. Day's fans will remember that Eric Brady drove while intoxicated and caused an accident that resulted in Daniel Jonas' unfortunate end before Holly was even born. Nicole could think back on some terrible experiences she had while Daniel was in the hospital and on a ventilator. Nicole might have a tragic parallel when she realizes that Holly is currently on life support. Although Holly never got to meet her father while he was living, there may be a way to include him in this DOL narrative set in the present day. Could Holly be sent back from the afterlife by Daniel? What happens if Daniel's ghost tells Holly that she shouldn't leave yet? Daniel might unexpectedly show up on Days and tell Holly that she needs to go back to the real world because Nicole still needs her. Perhaps Daniel might remind Holly that she still has a lot of life left and encourage her to awaken from her unconscious state. Viewers of Days could still get a comparable feeling even if they aren't able to see Daniel's face on screen, if we can hear Daniel's voice or at least see a consoling hand resting on Holly's shoulder. Maybe Holly could tell Nicole that she met Daniel on the other side and mustered the courage to return home when she eventually wakes up. While we wait for Holly to recover, it's fun to consider how sweet it would be if she and Daniel could get back together. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Holly will heal fully and survive. Therefore, keep checking back for updates on when that will happen. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Everett Lynch may soon unveil a completely different side of himself. Since Everett is still a relatively new character, there are still a lot of unanswered questions about his history. Even the veracity of Everett's coma story remains a mystery. But if Everett did experience trauma, amnesia, or serious injuries, he might not be quite the same person. Jada Hunter has been glancing over her old engagement photo on her phone. It shows a man who resembles Everett, save for the beard. Jada has also spoken to us about Bobby and how, in the end, their mutual understanding was not as strong as they had initially believed. Conversely, Everett has never brought up Jada or even brought up the fact that he was ever married. Everett has only been thinking about Stephanie Johnson and his desire to win her back ever since arriving in Salem. It's likely that Everett is unaware of his history with Jada, which might lead to even another shocking development. Might this lead to the discovery that Everett has become bipolar? It could be a more recent development pertaining to Everett's injury and arduous recuperation. There may be a neurological issue with Everett, even if it isn't a severe form of dissociative identity disorder. Maybe it will open the door for Everett to perform evil deeds under the guise of Bobby, and then forget what he did. Days insiders claim that many specifics about Everett's DOL storyline were altered by the strike authors. Perhaps this new approach will address those changes. It seemed as like Everett was only going to be a one-time thing, but something changed in the background that made him want to stay. What if they had intended to expose Everett as a villain, but instead they chose to use his illness as an excuse to cover up all of his terrible actions? According to previews for Days, Everett will eventually exchange scenes with Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, about a delicate subject, so it seems natural that she would try to assist him and work with him in therapy. Regarding the horrible things that Everett could do in the role of Bobby, there are two plausible options. Bobby might start the fire at the Horton residence because it is expected to stun Chad DiMera and Julie Williams. Spoilers for other days indicate that Harris Michaels will be shot. So would Bobby also be responsible for that? Everett is going to become entangled in the drama surrounding the drug trade by listening in on Stefan and E.J. DiMera. Everett may become even more entangled in Harris' life if he works on an article Chad wants him to write about the drug problem in Salem. Furthermore, it appears that Leo Stark will soon reveal the details of Stephanie's night in Harris' bedroom. Like Leo, Everett might have a bad notion, in which case he might change into Bobby and pursue Harris in retaliation. In summary, there appears to be a peculiar going on with Everett. Therefore, we won't be shocked if this turns out to be a case of split personalities. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Bobby may cause trouble for Salem in the upcoming months. Be sure to check back for updates on all the mayhem. All right. What's in this place? Is 2024 going to bring us a number of returns and the answers to our questions if 2023 on Days of Our Lives had so many exits? Since almost no one on the show seems to care, one of the most important inquiries we've had is, who killed Lee? Since Lie's passing, we haven't even received a hint about any other suspects, which makes it seem improbable that Gaby was the one who stabbed him in the back. And there could be a rationale behind that. Remington Hoffman sent Deidre Hall some pictures from back when Marlena was treating Lie as a patient. You should read his post below to hear all the amazing things he had to say about the Days of Our Lives star. However, the final section truly grabbed our attention. Hoffman said, "I appreciate all of the Days fans' amazing comments on my posts. You motivate me to put in more effort and share more. I am grateful for all the lovely remarks made after Lie was stabbed in the back, but in Salem, you never know." Really though? No, you never know. If Lie isn't actually dead, then the absence of more suspicions is probably due to this. But would it imply that Lie staged the entire incident to set Gaby up, or that someone like Dr. Rolfe brought him back to life? In any case, the fact that Hoffman is able to bring Lie back would finally establish Gaby's innocence. He might come back, but he would probably stay in the background and not let anyone know, especially the police, that he isn't dead after all. However, you can bet that Gaby will eventually make a comeback as well if Lee does. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.